Warning, the following stunts are done by trained professionals. Actually, we're not trained. Robbie is just a dumbass and decided to do a drunken fantasy football podcast. The thoughts, opinions, and takes are ours and ours only. It is not our fault if you lose in fantasy football or sports gambling. Viewer discretion is advised.
What is good, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the one and only Rumboyz Fantasy Network. It's your boy Rumboyz Robbie. It's Drop the Mic FF. What is going on, bro? How you doing?
What it do? It's Friday night. It's party rock stars.
Let's party like rock stars. Let's not party like we're politicians and crooked, corrupt billionaires on a fucking island.
Or owners of a certain football
or owners of certain NFL teams.
We'll talk about that in a little bit when someone else comes on the stream.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna be on his fucking head.
I am. Oh yeah. He. Hey, I wouldn't have done it if he was late because I would have just given him crap off air. Oh. But since he wasn't there, it's over.
Bro, oh my goodness. The last 6 hours of internet has been absolutely insane. But before we get into it, just want to shout out Shop GLD. You see the GLD right there. You know, I got my Washington chain. Make sure that you guys get your GLD just like me. Link is down below. Make sure that you copy and paste and go give us some of that credit for you going to get your chain. All right. Other than that, go get you some merch. Get you some motherfucking merch. All right. Head over to our store. The merch is dope. The merch is fire. If you want custom orders, let me know. Hit me up in the DMs on Instagram. And we'll make it happen for you. Dude, let's get into the very, very first topic. I know that Super Bowl Sunday is right around the corner. First, cheers to me. Cheers to you, all the Rumboyz and girls. What it do? Dilly.
Yeah, but we still got 10 days. We can eat that up next week. Next week will be all in.
Yep. We have a whole Super Bowl themed Friday night show for you guys. So I don't want you guys to worry. No Sunday stream, okay? But you guys will be getting streams throughout the week. You guys will be getting content throughout the week, so be on the lookout. Check out the Rum Report if you haven't. The Rum Report is fucking fire, and like I'm just like getting better and better as like more episodes like keep going. I'm kind of just like developing my own style of like how I deliver that specific content. So make sure that you guys check out that content. This week, we'll be rolling out some Super Bowl announcements, who will be performing, things of that nature, so on and so forth. So stay tuned for all of that information. But let's get into our first topic. Before getting into anything related to the Super Bowl, we do have Super Bowl conversations that will take place on this show. Holy fuck. Let's take a second. I want to put on our investigative journalism caps really quick. And I want to dive into the mystery this week, probably the biggest mystery this week, and that is Bill Belichick being snubbed from the NFL Hall of Fame. We're finding more information that's coming out about this, Mike. What are your thoughts?
All right, so I had someone at work get freaked out because they're a Patriots fan. I know, but I mean, out here, there's not really a lot of Patriots fans, and you know that. One thing I will start off by saying is a lot of people don't realize that there's two committees. There's the player committee, like the regular player committee. Coaches and vets have to be, if you're off the ballot for a certain amount of time, coaches and vets have to be voted by the senior committee. You only get 3 votes per person. You have to have there's 50 people that vote and you have to have 40 votes, blah, blah. But if you don't get a certain amount of votes, you don't get in after a certain amount of time, you're off the ballot. So, does he belong in the Hall of Fame?
That's an easy question. Yes.
Come on. He waited 40 years of his life for his girlfriend to be born. He could wait one more year. I'm joking.
That was wild.
I'm joking. Okay.
Now is not in this political climate. Now is not the time to be joking about fucking age gaps of that nature.
But here's the thing. I can't remember the guy's name. I know you're going to bring up about Polian. I can't remember the guy's name that the voter was, but there was a voter that said that he did not vote for not vote for Bill, not because he didn't believe that Bill was a Hall of Famer, but L.C. Greenwood and Roger Craig were falling off the ballot. We know that Bill's going to eventually get in. Even Sal Pal Antonio said there's certain things he can't say, but he knows because he's one of the voters. He said he voted for Bill, but there were other people that said that they voted for other people for the same reason. If that's the case, I get it. But the problem is at first, like you said, more things have come out over time. But when it very first happened, the very first initial blast all over the internet, there was alerts on my phone from Bleacher Report and ESPN. Oh, it must have been because of Deflategate. It must have been because of
Deflategate, Spygate. Like there are those things to, I guess, take into consideration. You know, there has been excuses made about, well, wasn't able to win without Brady once Brady departed. This man has been in championship position since Cocaine LT. This man has proven himself time and time again. I understand Spygate. I understand Deflategate. Spygate, we still, I feel like till this day, don't have full answers for.
Yeah.
You know, so, I mean, wow.
Come on.
I think, my personal opinion, I think that I find it mighty ironic that, and I have this whole theory about owners, okay? Because owners, it's less of a theory and more so that owners prove this personality type time and time again. Hello, I lived through the fucking Dan Schneider era. You know, I'm a fan of the same division that has to deal with Jerry Jones in a later segment that we're going to talk about. Okay, we are living through the live tampering of the Cleveland Browns by Haslam. I find it ironic that Robert Kraft is getting in, and if you try to convince me that Robert Kraft had more to do with the Patriots' success,
I don't think he's getting in.
Than Bill. He is.
He is? Okay.
He is. Which makes, I feel like that the question needs to be answered. Maybe did you convince committee members, hey, I want this to be my weekend? We know that there was turmoil between those two, especially towards the end of that relationship. Like, we talk about these three as a married couple because of how much success that they have had. I think that going to UNC and following underneath your 23, 24-year-old some odd marketing major girlfriend, Jordan Hudson, had maybe a little bit of something to do with it.
Yeah.
You know, I think that not being successful at UNC had a little something to do with it. And I think that the fact that, yeah, it's your bosses who was your boss is weekend as well, and he wants his weekend.
in general, I also think it also proves, and I know you'll agree with this, and even other people are like people that are in the room are saying this, and Wilbon said it yesterday on PTI. It's also proving that the system's flawed.
Yes,
and that's
yes.
the biggest thing. And that's the biggest thing.
The system is absolutely flawed. The fact that a statement, okay, the fact that the NFL released a statement about bylaws potentially not being followed, you're insinuating that you know that there's something wrong. You yourself know that there's something wrong. Like I said on the Rum Report, don't play in my face about my sports. There's enough playing in our faces happening on a day-to-day society every time that we turn on our phones or TVs, etc. Can we at least have some type of fucking integrity in our sports? I do think that there is a sense of possibly some of those that were on the committee don't like him, but I mean, 11 people. The theory of, well, I think that, everyone else just figured that Bill was a lock-in and he was a shoe-in, so they figured that they could maybe use their votes to let other people through. I feel like that's a asinine excuse.
Did 11 people really do that? No.
Exactly. I don't. The math does not math.
I could see a couple doing that, but not the full 10 or 11.
So I mean, exactly. It's the type of BS like Leaf is saying on Twitch. It's the type of BS that lying politicians use, and I just don't like that it's happening in our sports. It may not be happening necessarily in such of a major way, but I mean, we don't get much. These are the things that kind of make us happy. And when you're having college basketball fucking being tampered with the Italian mafia, and you have fucking Terry Rozier, like, yep, I'm just going to take myself off the court. Like, when you have things like that are happening in other sports, it's like, please just give me this one thing. Please just tell me that this one thing is not tainted.
No, I get you on that.
And I think that that's really what the Bill Belichick thing encapsulates and embodies. I agree with your first sentiment. Yes, he is going to definitely get in. I think that if there were any other time period, it wouldn't be such a big deal. It'd be like, hey, you just got to wait your turn.
Yeah.
Hey, it'll be the next go around. And I think that Bill, in a way, acknowledges that and kind of sees it as that because he has been in that world and encapsulated in that world at such a high level for such a long time that he knows that is kind of the process. And I think that he is aware that there are others that, laid the path before him, and he doesn't get his Super Bowls and his success and his, wins without those before him. So I think that's why, Bill was like, hey, I understand the committee and, But I mean, fuck. It just looks weird.
Yeah. And I mean, to close, the other thing is just like, not everyone's going to get on the first ballot. Should he get on the first ballot? Absolutely.
If anyone should get first ballot that's not a player, that's a contributor to the game, it is Bill Belichick.
Jimmy Johnson saying he's not going to show up now. That I'm like, come on, Jimmy, you're just trying to get a little bit of shine. But I get his point, trying to prove a point to the
Jimmy.
committee.
You've been trying to shove it to Jerry ever since you've departed from Dallas. I don't want to hear anything out of you.
But the one good thing for this, not saying it's a good thing, but
Aaron's comment.
The one good thing is next year. Do you know who's on the ballot for the first time next year? His tight end. So he would, if he gets in next year, like he will be, he'll go in with Gronk.
That'd be sick.
Obviously he deserved to get in this time, but it's cool that he would get in with Gronk.
That's if they even give Gronk first time honors.
They will. Because it's a different committee. It's
Yeah,
not.
I
the
mean,
same
it's
committee.
gonna have to be. It sounded like already it's gonna be an entirely.
But
Yeah,
the senior committee is different than the people that
yeah,
vote for the players.
exactly. Belichick here on the Rumboyz Fantasy Network. We're going to give you your honors to close out this opening segment. You're a Hall of Famer in the Rumboyz Football Hall of Fame. It may not be the Pro Football Hall of Fame. We may not have a gold jacket to send you, but we can at least say this. Cheers to me. Cheers to you. To Bill Belichick. What it do? Dilly dilly.
I never liked you, but you're talented.
Definitely hated you.
I hated you, but he's like, hey, there's certain in every sport, whatever. Like in MMA, I hated BJ Penn, but I would never say he was a bad fighter. I just never liked the guy.
No, I agree. I agree. It's like people with Floyd Mayweather. It's like you can hate him all you want. The man's record is what the man's record is. It's like,
of course he has CTE.
BJ does have CTE.
He has more than CTE.
BJ has CTE, and De La Hoya will never be able to let down wearing a fucking dress. All two things can be true at the same time. I don't know why I put those two together.
What the hell is wrong with you?
I don't know why I did that. Wow. That was mean. That was dark. I've had one hell of a day. Mike. Trying to think of what I want to do here.
Well, Jamie's got to leave in a little bit, so I think we have to do it.
Yep, we're going to get into that topic right now. The internet got to have some fun this week. A lot of memes. I just dropped one in our parlays in our new weekly parlay secured.
Hashtag parlay secured.
Hashtag parlay secured. Parlay secured is an adjective. It can mean anything and everything that you want it to mean, ladies and gentlemen. Hashtag parlay secured. Shedeur Sanders is a Pro Bowler. This is a very weird news to bring you guys, just because it's like you would expect me to be like, Shedeur Sanders a Pro Bowler, fuck yeah, yeah. And that's actually not what happened whenever I got the news. This segment less about Shedeur being a Pro Bowler. We will talk about that. The Browns and Shedeur Sanders find themselves in the news not once and twice, but twice just because of the Pro Bowler situation. But they bring in Todd Monken to be their new head coach. Now, this is after going on record to the press stating that they are a data-driven organization. Apparently, they were actual literal fucking test being given to grown, knowledgeable, heavily stacked resume football minds. And they landed on Todd Monken. I want to know, can Monken unlock Shedeur Sanders? I'll let you talk about the Pro Bowl. If you want to lead with that, fine.
No. Well, there's one thing I do want to lead with about the Pro Bowl, but then I'll go right into that because I got a lot to say about the head coach thing.
I feel like the Pro Bowl, really quick, I just feel like the Pro Bowl is less of a thing. I'm not trying to dumb it down.
No, you're 100%.
It's less of a thing after the research has came out about why he ended up in the position.
But the other thing is, the only reason there's Pro Bowl, they get all these subs in the Pro Bowl is because contracts and you have to have a certain amount. Yes, Jamie, the NFL did say that officially because he played for both teams this year, Browns are officially going to have 2 Pro Bowl quarterbacks in 26 because of Flacco. Do not bring that up on any show that I am with you for the next 10 years because I will throw that back in your face so fast. Okay, now, to get down to it.
Stats.
Okay, so to get down to it. This might be a long segment here because there's a lot to unpack. And I'm going to go a little bit, you know how sometimes I like to go backwards to get frontwards here.
That's what she said.
No Diddy. Here's the thing.
Can you say
They
no
really
Cashapp
screwed up. They really screwed up in the sense of Jim Schwartz thought he had the job. He's your own defensive coordinator who players love to play for. Shouldn't have got fired at certain places, whatever the case may be. Okay? You got a guy who is under contract for another year or two. You make him believe that he's got the job. Then you let him know that he's not getting the job, but we want you to stay. Monken agrees to keep him as his DC as part of the job. And then he wants out because you won't let him out of his contract. Okay? Jamie has said this many a times, but I'm going to say it for him. Jimmy Haslam is a piece of shit owner.
Oh, yeah. All right. And I was going to actually raise it. I was going to raise this question.
Okay.
Let's unbox this like this, Mike. Being that you just phrased that. Yep. Many reasons.
For many reasons.
Put it on a shirt. Ayo, put it on a fucking shirt. Really quick. I want to raise this question to you.
Including Voldemort.
You only have one option of these two owners that I'm about to mention. There's no way out.
I'm afraid of the second one. If you
answer none, if you answer neither, okay, you are stuck deserted, stranded on an island forever. The only way off this island is to choose for one of them to be your new owner and run the Kansas City Chiefs. You're giving Haslam and old man Jerry.
I'm taking Jerry. Because I know I will at least make the playoffs and lose a game. I won't be in the top 6 of the league and Shitville. That's not even a thought.
Damn.
And I won't have to worry about my quarterbacks. And I won't have to worry about my quarterbacks going to a massage parlor.
Jimmy can build a PlayStation on that island. Fuck.
Okay, here's the thing. So the whole Schwartz thing is bullshit. Like, it's whatever. You know who also is the biggest idiot in this whole thing?
Who? Myles Garrett.
Todd Monken himself.
Well, that too.
Because I understand you want to be the head coach. I understand you want the title of the head coach. But would you rather be the head coach for a team like this? Sorry, Jamie. Or would you rather be the OC and have Jackson Dart, Scatterboo, Neighbors, and be coaching with your buddy, John Harbaugh? And making decent money. But overall, is Todd Monken probably the best guy for this? No. But anyone that would want any kind of what am I trying to say? Any kind of coach that would want some kind of power, not saying the power that Harbaugh's getting in New York, but any coach that would want some kind of power or anything like that, Haslam's not going to let him do it.
No.
Any vet like McCarthy is not going to take that kind of a job. I'm surprised it's not a younger guy in the sense of someone like one of the coaches from the Rams or whatever, but those guys are smart enough that would they rather go be a head coach for a shitty organization and deal with Haslam? Let's just say Chris Shula. Would Chris Shula rather deal with that?
Like 13 and 24 at Southern Miss?
Yeah, in a non-power 5 freaking college.
He only had one good season there. And it was half-assed decent.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing. He was the OC at Georgia. Then he became the OC with Lamar. Okay? And I'm going to throw, when I'm done, I'm going to throw you a question that only Rumboyz TV can answer.
Tune in. Subscribe.
And I'm going to, okay, so I'm just going to throw it to you right now. if they don't go get another quarterback in the draft because there isn't really a quarterback to get in the draft.
They would be stupid to do that.
No, hear me. I know. Or in free agency, or if they don't try to get someone. Because I think this is a Haslam hire, not a GM hire. This is Haslam. Is Haslam trying to say, Todd Monken, can I say something a little risque for me to say? Todd Monken, due to my black quarterback, what you did in Baltimore.
No, I definitely feel okay. So I do feel like that is a sentiment, because so when you look at the pros and cons of Monken, which is kind of where I was going with his record at Southern Miss, his cons is that when in a position of leadership where he is the sole leader, where he is the leader of the men, the heartbeat of the locker room, the resume is not that great. Now, as an offensive coordinator, he does have an MVP season underneath Lamar. Arguably should have two. Josh Allen, hey, is what it is. But then also, Lamar got hurt this past season. Can't really hold that too much against Monken. But you fucking completely abandoned your running game and forgot about your running back in Derrick Henry. I don't know if that was due to age in regards to Henry or what, because that was not the case the previous season. So to have that be the indictment on Monken, I think that it can be a little bit unfair. I think that recency bias allows us to look at Monken through the lens of, you forgot about Derrick Henry, but it's like, okay, well, also what other situations were happening around that probably created, hey, maybe we can't necessarily like just rely on you, but they were situations where you probably should have been relying on Henry. Baltimore also struggled with the passing game over the course of the last couple of years. You know, Lamar still put it up there, but the lack of being able to bring in receivers has been an issue, and that reared its ugly head this year. Cleveland already has that issue. Now, I guess you could spin that as, okay, Monken knows how to maybe work around that. You know, as for, you know, another way to spin it, he is getting the quarterback that he did want to be his backup to his fucking starter in Baltimore last year. So if I'm Cleveland, I'm like, I'm giving you what you want. I'm giving you what you wanted. Do something with it. I think that this is a situation where if Monken has the type of faith in Sanders, this whole bullshit about them trying to bring back Diddy Watson is insane. It's insane. There's no way that you can that you can justify doing that after what Watson has showed you, even pre-injury. And there's no way that you can argue Gabriel being starter after what he showed you while he was healthy, because there was zero fucking sparks to the offense. So clearly, okay, it has to be Shador's a starter. You know that you can't go into this year trying to go and get another quarterback. So that's now a forgotten fucking thought. This is the guy you now have to try and build around him. If Monken has the ability to maybe have some sort of say-so, to look Haslam in the face and be like, no, you're senile. Shut the fuck up. I got this. And actually put some receivers around him that aren't Jerry Jeudy. You know, build around him, build around Fannin. I don't know what's going to happen to the fantasy value of Judkins should Monken just be like, okay, I've forgotten about you like I did Derrick Henry. I don't think that that'll be the case because of the weapons that'll be present, that are currently present. You know, Concepcion to the Browns would be fucking sick. You're muted. Omar Cooper to the Browns would be fucking sick.
And don't forget, at the tight end position, it doesn't look like Njoku will be there because he's got a void out and he's probably going to be a free agent.
Which is weird because Njoku's like, I don't want to leave. Shut up.
I would like Concepcion to the Browns.
You know, but I'm sorry, but like from what I said on Rum Report, and then after even during that, I was like, you know what, there's a weird fucking multiverse where this thing could work. Because here's the thing. We saw on national television Shador be given the wrong fucking wristband. We saw on national television them have to switch out the fucking play calling wristbands. That happened in front of our eyes. Which only certified even more our speculations that Stefanski was sabotaging his quarterback. That was the same game that he had, the 4 interceptions? And even during that broadcast, I was like, something's not right. I was like, it doesn't seem like the right routes and the right plays are fucking being ran. And lo and behold, is Henry Justice Mitchell compared to Judkins Sampson, right? I think it's their own thing. I think it's their own thing, in all honesty. I don't think that I wouldn't compare that like Henry's
as a crew, and at age with everything, I would rather have the Browns, but
give me the Browns. Give me the Browns
overall. But if it was just if I'm picking Judkins over Henry, I'm taking Henry. But as a crew, I'm taking
I think that there is a world. There is, and I said this even last season. Do I think the Browns could Carolina Panthers it? No. I don't think that it's that. I don't think that I don't think that Monken comes in and does a whole Canales type of turnaround. But I mean, fuck, if you could get 5 wins in your first year with the Browns, I like Isaiah Bond in a bigger role too. But with the Browns, I think that'd be something. But also the Browns have to stop constantly shooting themselves in the foot. There's no reason. I also think that why Monken took this job is because, holy shit, there's someone that's actually going to give me a head coaching position.
I mean, they had 5 wins this year, so it's not an improvement.
6, 7, 6, 7. Give them 6 or 7, and I'm with that. I don't think that you're missing. Here's the thing. I don't think that you're missing a QB. You want me to be real with you? I'll keeping it fucking a buck. The same complaint that I had about Caleb Williams.
Oh no.
Is the exact same complaint that I had about Shador. You want to know what Caleb Williams got that Shador didn't get? Caleb Williams still has the exact same problem. So the problem can be worked through. The problem about hanging on the ball too long isn't necessarily the problem. It's also the supporting fucking cast. And it's also the play calling. It's not that you're missing. It's the theory that we're missing this, we're missing that, is asinine. What you're missing is culture.
But Jamie is right. They need O-line.
Yes, they need an offensive line. From a personnel standpoint, you need an offensive line. You need receivers. You have running backs. You have a quarterback that, from what I have seen, can manage. You have the pieces. You have an owner that won't let you build the fucking pieces.
You got a defensive. You just got Graham. You have Garrett. You just drafted. I can't say his name. I won't. Carson. Blah 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 from UCLA, who's a stud.
Switzinger.
How dare you wear that hat tonight?
All right, Taco. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and switch gears.
How dare you wear that hat tonight?
I don't watch the news.
Bull Loney, you don't know about this.
I don't watch the news.
Oh shit! You talked crap about the island. You talked crap about the island before, and now your team is on the island.
Dude, hey, so Taco. So for those, so We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. I was gonna try. I was gonna be greedy. You know how like in like music producers they keep like the best beats for like themselves.
No.
Like I was gonna keep like the best topic for myself, but motherfucker, this is Rumboyz After Dark. All right, this is After
Is there a
Dark.
buried treasure on that island or what, Taco?
So I'm gonna go ahead and read it like
treasure's
this.
on the way there.
I'm gonna read it like this. New York Giants chairman and co-owner Steve Tishk has been linked to underage trafficker Jeffrey Epstein. Okay, this is a sports show, so this does connect with sports.
It does relate. It does relate.
This does connect with sports. Tish with multiple women, and Tish received scouting reports on women from Epstein, and two men discussed whether women were pro or civilian or a working girl. This shit is wild. The emails were sent in 2013, were among more than 3 million related Epstein documents that the Department of Justice released Friday, which, by the way, they were fucking late on, you cucks. Taco, your thoughts? I'm not gonna read. Actually, I'll read some of it. In May 2013, Epstein emailed Tish, and he responded, still in a NFL meeting. Their exchange continued that afternoon. I can invite the Russian to meet if you like. Epstein responded, is she fun? Tish emailed a minute later. Okay. In June 2013, Tish asked Epstein about a specific woman, a Tahitian, speaks mostly French exotic, working girl or not. Tish wrote back. Tish had wrote back. Epstein replied, never. Taco, answer for your organization.
What year did he buy in the end?
What the fuck? Hey, don't do the moving the goalpost.
Like I just want to make sure that we legally set up the times in which that he was representing the Giants.
Well, let's research
we
this.
say anything. But aside from that, I'd like to quote the famous Dave Chappelle skit. I plead the fifth.
Bro, 1991.
Jesus.
Or Robert Tish purchased in 1991 following his father's passing 2005.
The Tish family bought a 50% stake in 91, buddy.
Yeah.
I mean, shit. He was probably helping to build the island.
Jesus.
Like, yo, you know, they said there was a whole reason why they didn't want to let it out because a whole bunch of people would have their quote unquote lives ruined.
I mean, look,
these are the kind of people we were protecting. People like me that have to come on here to defend that. You know,
look,
I don't know what else to say. Woody Johnson's on there too.
So
how about
my
that?
favorite thing about this. Okay, so like my favorite thing about this. I shouldn't say favorite thing. Is the fact that, terrible wording. Is the fact that they posted this, then tried to like immediately be like, oh shit, like no. And like here's the thing is like we're so
well because they had that Trump part in there that was absolutely like
that was insane.
Let's be real. They knew they had to drop a couple names to get them away from that Trump shit because that Trump shit was wild,
bro. The amount and then the Bill Gates with the STDs.
Oh yeah, catching like, STDs. Yeah.
Bill Gates called STDs, had to get pills.
Yeah.
And Epstein gave him the pills to give to his wife because Bill passed the STDs to his wife. So Epstein gave him the pills so that he could give his wife the pills to get rid of the STDs.
Bro.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, bro, absolutely insane. Absolutely wow. Like the people that are like, is it real? The Department of Justice fucking released it. Like the
Bro,
Department
and you know what?
of
They're
Justice.
doing their best to try and cover this shit and bury this shit and let people not know. But like, I feel like there's a couple people in there that are just so stupid that they're not realizing this shit they're doing.
Jay-Z and Pusha T are in it, bro.
Bro, like I don't understand like how, you know what I really don't understand? I don't understand how this secret cabal got exposed. Because like these motherfuckers was running shit for a minute. What the fuck?
Well,
was it the Israel shit that fucking caused everything to go nuts?
Because they in 2016 they started like talking about it. They're like, oh, like, and then there's like this whole like pizza shop, like the whole Q. If you remember that whole QA, like all that. So like it started with them trying to throw each under the bus in public, and then all of their shit is out. It's like, oh, we got you, motherfuckers, eat the rich.
Bro, it's fucking nuts. And like, you know, I just wonder where the fuck do we all end up in the country after all this shit?
Exactly.
All our billionaires are fucking pedos.
All of them were funded by AIPAC. Every single one.
You know, I mean, listen, we're about to turn this shit into Rumboyz After Dark. The Rumboyz got canceled from, you know, the all surveillance
normal people. Listen, people with normal fucking paychecks. All right, people with normal day-to-day jobs. People with fucking lives. You dig what I'm saying? All right, we don't have time to do shit like this. This is why billionaires are bad, because billionaires have too much time on their hands. All right. Yeah. They have too much time on their hands. When you have too much money, you have too much time on your hands.
Please don't cancel
All right?
me.
And when you have too much time on your hands, you have no choice but to get involved in fucking nefarious activities. Because the only way to keep your millions and your billions is to do nefarious shit. Go watch the Rum Report. That's a perfect promo for the Rum Report right there.
I tell you, bro, it's a fucking crazy world we live in.
Absolutely. Moving on from that topic, Taco. I'm sorry that you know.
What a way to come in. Jeez, let me get a drink.
Yeah,
you're welcome. You're welcome. It was my idea.
Yeah, Mike was like, no, fuck it. He was like, let's do it. He's like, let's do it.
my favorite is though he used the line that you have to use when you're in Atlantic City on the gambling floor at 2 a.m. You a working girl? Yeah. Like, bro, I was like sitting there like Jesus. And Robert Kraft getting handies seems like nothing, you know what I mean?
My goodness. I've already buried Robert Kraft enough because I think that he's being a greedy cuck that won't let Bill Belichick get in the Hall of Fame.
Next topic.
No. Let's get into our next topic. Super Bowl weekend is next weekend. We're going to save that for the second half of the show. We're going to save that for the second half of the show. The Minnesota Vikings part ways with their general manager. I'm not going to try and say his whole name. I can say Kwesi, and that's what I got for you.
Vikings GM works for this show.
What?
I said Vikings former GM works for this show.
Kwesi Adolfo Mensah. The Vikings have released him today. This is following the signing of J.J. McCarthy. Well, the drafting of J.J. McCarthy. This is after putting Justin Jefferson on a contract extension. This is after re-signing old man Harrison Smith on the defensive side. And this is also after letting Sam Darnold walk. Taco, I'll let you start first. Are you shocked that they parted ways with their GM? And what do the Minnesota Vikings lives look like after this? And then we'll let Mike take over.
I mean, I think that especially with them waiting so long because there's been no new information that's come out other than Sam Darnold making the Super Bowl, is that the optics were too bad for them. They just couldn't handle it. They just weren't liking it because when you think about Minnesota, everything that's coming out is that they're so far over the cap with their current team, and they don't even have a quarterback. And you have your rookie quarterback contract for JJ McCarthy. So there's a lot of issues that you have here. You put on top of that he missed on his last couple of draft picks apparently, which has been a very big deal. Not only that, it's a middling franchise in the middle of the country that really needs to hit on their picks. Like when you look at a team like the Packers and like all these other teams, they survive because they're great at drafting, and that's kind of where you have to be in those places because you don't get the premier free agents coming your way. So if you're not able to do that, it's pretty bad. I don't think that letting Sam Darnold really, I mean, yes, it hurts, but with the money that he's making with that franchise, it was kind of impossible to bring him back. I think the bigger issue that they were saying is that Aaron Rodgers was willing to play for them on a less than maximum contract, and they didn't want to actually entertain him. And then you couple that with the fact that they didn't get Daniel Jones, who they were trying to get back, and they lost to the Colts in a bidding war. And at the time, I said it was good for Jones because he wanted a chance to start, and the Vikings weren't giving him that opportunity, which when you think about having invested so much draft capital in JJ and then him sitting out, yeah, you're going to want to get him in there. But for the team, that was the wrong play because they were 14-3 that year. And now you look at it, they're not even in the playoffs, and Sam Darnold goes somewhere else and he's 14-3. I don't think that Sam Darnold being let go was the biggest issue. I think the biggest issue was not having enough competent backup or a competent veteran that KOC could work with, because let's face it, we think that Kevin O'Connell has that ability to take, a competent, look at what he was doing with Carson fucking Wentz. Like him and Carson Wentz was putting in work. So if he would have had a proper pivot from JJ McCarthy, maybe they make the playoffs, or maybe they're at least enough competitive enough that you could sit there and say, okay, this was a 14-3 team last year. And with having a competent quarterback, the offense looks different, and then the defense will not have to be on the field as much, which the defense showed up and showed out on a lot of occasions.
Here's my only nag at that take, and then I'll pass it to Mike, is that you're basically only saying that KOC can work with a veteran quarterback.
No. I'm saying that McCarthy
but you just
he's saying McCarthy's a bust.
Yeah, he didn't have a suitable veteran backup. Like in case McCarthy didn't work out,
he's saying he could work with another youngster.
I know what he's trying to say. But I also know what he also was saying. Oh,
yeah. Like shit, I think he would have done wonders with Zach Wilson.
Zach Wilson's not young anymore.
How old is he? 27?
More than 3 years in the league as a vet. Young is 1 to 3.
Zach Wilson is buns.
No, the way you look at it in the league, a youngster is 1 to 3 in the league, because that's when you have to pick up your
next contract.
I'm just saying he didn't have enough options back there, and that was a problem. That's a GM problem.
Mike.
All right. Well, you took half my take because of the post I saw, but I'm going to go the direction that I was going to go before the show anyway. And that is, talk about a fail on the team of Minnesota.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's a fail that they let him go. That's not the fail. The fail is not that they let him go. What is something that's happening this weekend, Robbie, that me and you like every freaking year?
Honors? No, honors are next weekend.
The Senior Bowl.
Yeah. You
do not fire your GM when you're in this deep into the process
when you need
already.
To be doing scouting, when
you're already scouting. You're already doing this. The GM is the guy that sets all that up. Now you're on 3 weeks away from the combine. You're into the process. It's too late. You decide to keep KOC. Okay. So now you get a new GM. So what? Is KOC automatically on the hot seat starting freaking now?
Yeah,
Nope.
because you usually
Yes.
they're supposed to be linked together. So if one goes,
Absolutely.
it's a sign that the next is about to go.
I don't think so. I think this, if you ask me to be honest, I think they lost the PR battle. Sam Darnold is in the Super Bowl, and your team is so far under the cap. That's too bad.
I'm going to prove you wrong.
And that's going all over the internet right now.
I'm going to prove you wrong. I'm proving you wrong right now.
Because then why else would you wait this long if you were going to fire him?
No, I'm not
saying
saying they're
right
fire
after
him.
Sam Darnold makes it and you see this shit all over?
No, I'm not saying who. No, I'm saying
Minnesota. That's why they're doing it. It's because that's Sam Darnold shit.
No, I get that. But here's why I say he's on the hot seat right away. He's on the hot seat right away because of Darnold and because of everything that going into next year, he's going to be in the hot seat before the season starts. And if KOC starts the season 2-4, 2-5, he's gone. But here's the thing.
There's no way that it should be like that, though. Because he went 14-3 the year before. You give him no quarterback because the GM fucks up.
You let me
and now he's on the hot seat. I think that's a case of bad management. And the owner's kind of saying, let's get the guy out of here now.
But also you have to think about the mindset of Minnesota. You have to think
where the fuck are they going to go for a better coach right now? KOC would be a number one.
Do you want me to tell you where?
Out there.
Do you want me to tell you where? Because I was about to before you interrupted.
Sure, go ahead.
They just gave Brian Flores a contract extension so he wouldn't go become a head coach.
Oh.
He is their defensive coordinator. He had a contract extension so he wouldn't. That the contract extension said if he got a head coaching job, that was fine. But otherwise, they gave him a contract extension. You even said, you're the one that said that their defense showed up. Brian Flores is part of that reason. If KOC goes out or something happens with KOC, this is not going to be a GM hire for the next coach. It's going to be upper management with what you said about the whole PR, them firing him now. I'm telling you right now that if they do fire him in the next calendar year, like before the season's over, book it. Brian Flores is going to be the next head coach.
I could see that.
Because but wasn't Flores signed under the other GM? So that would mean that ownership was really enamored with Flores, which
happens often.
I don't think you be that enamored with Flores when you know that offensively your team is elite when KOC has a quarterback.
Here's the thing.
KOC is a better coach than Flores.
It could be argued. It could be argued that magic has run out. Your argument is valid.
You don't have
I'm not saying that your argument's not valid.
I'll say this. Look at what he did with Carson Wentz.
Hold on. And that's where I was like, are you saying that this man can only be successful with a veteran? Here's my thing. As a coach, you're not always going to be given and be put in you're a coach for a reason. Your job is to be a leader of men. Your job is to get the best out of the players and the arsenal that is around you. Okay. There is no reason. I watched Mike McDaniel, who is a great offensive mind, struggle his whole fucking tenure in Miami because of quarterback play. But you know what he did? He put his head down. There were times where we saw that offense was on full display and what he could really do. If you ask me, I think that Mike McDaniel deserves to be a fucking head coach in the game just because of
Tua
what he
is significantly better than JJ.
Look.
You're gonna say no, he's not?
No, he's not. No, he's not. No, he's not.
You think JJ is that good right now?
No, the problem is you used the word significantly better.
Exactly. I don't think that he's significantly better.
Is he better? Yes. He's not significantly better.
He is not significantly better. With that being said, and with that being
was JJ stated, not the worst quarterback?
With that being said, and with that being stated, Minnesota dug its own fucking grave.
No, he was not the worst quarterback.
Minnesota dug its own fucking grave. You did not properly take the time. Minnesota has never been great at quarterback development. That is not what they do. Minnesota is coming. You didn't even post the poll properly. You just said who was worse. Minnesota just they want you they want you to be Dante Culpepper, where you just come in and it's like boom, like you're ready to rock right away. And even Culpepper had lumps. In this era, teams, period, I don't give a fuck who you are, have to accept what the window of quarterback development is. And that is unfortunately lines up with your contract years, that 3 to 5 year mark. Minnesota has to figure this thing out. Kevin O'Connell has to figure this thing out. You can't go and get a quarterback this year. There are none. So the beautiful thing about this is that the situation that Minnesota is forced into allows them to actually get better. When you're in a fight, sometimes your best friend is being backed up against that wall, is being backed up against those ropes, is being backed up against those corners, because the only fucking direction to go is forward. The only way out of that is out. And the only person that can get you out of that is you. Minnesota has to stop getting out of their own way. And they have to say, this is what we have to work with. What are your strengths? Not what I want. What are your strengths and what can I do with what I want to do that can make you better?
But JJ wasn't good.
Again, Kevin O'Connell was trying to thrust him into the fucking heat of fire right away.
It was his second
They had the
year.
exact same. They had the exact same QBR. They had the exact same fucking QBR.
So what you're saying is he sat out a whole year, so it was basically his rookie year.
Yes.
What did we say about okay. Was Penix great this year when he was healthy?
No.
What did we say about Caleb Williams from his first year to his second year?
There was more there.
What did we say about CJ Stroud from years 1, 2, and 3?
Yep.
He made his thing rookie year. Let's put it like this.
What did we say about Danny Daniels from year 1 and year 2?
There's only one place to go from where he is now, and that's up. Okay? But what his performance was, I don't know. And the way I have a problem is Carson Wentz, when he was playing good.
Well, you get
JJ
off the Wentz
was having
bandwagon.
turnover problems because he wasn't able to complete the ball.
Okay, you always say. Okay, I'm actually going to back up Robbie on this one, and I can't believe I'm doing it. You always give Robbie shit for glazing certain quarterbacks. You're glazing Wentz more than I've ever seen you glaze anyone besides Mahomes.
No, what the point?
Yes,
here,
you are.
No, the point here is that if you have someone that's able to competently deliver the ball,
you saw. Hold on, so
like
you
if they would have had Daniel Jones, you know how fine they would have been.
I'm not disagreeing with you there.
You saw 4 games in his rookie, in what was his rookie? Because here's the thing, I don't have an opinion on JJ McCarthy either way. Not yet. I can't fully. I'm not going to sit here and be like he sucks. I'm not going to sit here and be like he's a second fucking coming. But what I am going to sit here and say is, you need to develop the kid.
Yeah,
you need to develop the kid. You need to accept.
He might need to sit a little bit longer though.
Well, don't forget,
that's also not QB development. That's not QB development.
4 comments ago, Leafs made a very valid point. People are forgetting that they went on a 5-game win streak with him.
Not because of him, with him.
Isn't that part of being a quarterback? Is getting W's?
That is literally a part of that. That is literally a part of it.
Let's put it like this: that defense is good enough to win games. They were 14-3 the year before,
and that's why Flores deserves it.
No,
you're feeding into
the head coach had the team rolling. Now again, when he had Wentz, he was able to win. Give him someone at least halfway credible, and he would win.
So no. So you're saying they won with Wentz and they won with McCarthy. So you're proving the point that they won
and
because
they went on a 5-game win streak with. Then they
look
went on
at
a
what he
5-game
did
win
with
streak
Darnold. Look at what he did with Wentz. Get him a quarterback that actually could play, and he'll do work.
How long did it take for Darnold to develop? How long did it take for Darnold to develop?
He only played 1 year with them, and he was great.
How long?
He said, "Oh, look at this! I'm gonna make him into something."
Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Mike. Mike, how many years?
5 teams. I don't care how many years.
5 teams. What? Yeah, 7 years.
Yeah.
Okay, you're right. God, listen.
7 years of work.
I don't think you're understanding. I think that you're very much looking at it from
the same thing.
I don't think that you're looking at it from like, bro, my job is on
the line because the quarterback is a bust.
My very first year ever.
If we can't win because the quarterback is a bust.
Hear me out, Taco. My very first year ever, going from having just a flag on the waist to pads, very much different. Okay, that's first off. The work that it takes for your body to adjust, to go from being a beginning receiver to an okay receiver to a damn good fucking receiver.
Okay,
It
is a contract for 5 years, right?
It is
not ready.
Paramount. I don't think you understand.
Yeah, go do that work, buddy.
I don't think you understand what it takes.
I'm not saying no, but he is not good enough to be on the field right now.
You have no choice but to develop him.
Okay, let me ask.
So hold on. Because right now,
Aaron Rodgers developed on the sideline.
Hear me out. This isn't that NFL anymore. Look at your team right now. Okay, look at your team right now. All right, your only option right now. You guys are literally entering the same boat that they just entered last season. That the Vikings, you're entering that.
No,
you aren't having any veterans. You're not going to have there. There is no. All right, Jackson. Like Winston, we're putting you back on the bench. Hold on. Hear me out. Listen. If Jackson Dart goes out there and does what McCarthy did, are you going to sit back and be like, it's time to regress and put him back? Go put a veteran out there. You don't get to do that. You have to now. You've now invested in the QB project. The project has to continue.
What flashes have you seen from J.J. McCarthy that gives you the confidence to just give him the job?
Whole 5
He did not have anything close to what Dart has done.
Win streak.
That's not what he's saying.
He didn't look good. Dart has actually looked good and played good, and they won because of Dart, not because they won with JJ.
Let me say something real quick. You're saying that he is the worst quarterback in the league.
Statistically, last year, was he not?
That's not what I asked. Are you saying that last year he was the worst quarterback?
I'm prefacing what I'm saying. Statistically speaking, was he not?
That's not what I asked. Do you think he was the worst quarterback last year?
Because
you just said that 5 minutes ago.
It's hard to find a quarterback that really played worse.
In 2025.
Starting quarterback that stayed for the job for
in 2025.
Would you rather have play the whole season? He didn't even play the whole season.
In 2025, would you rather have JJ McCarthy, Justin Fields, or Geno Smith?
Give me JJ all day.
Thank you very much.
Give me JJ all day.
All day over Geno and Justin last year.
All day.
Justin was such a disappointment.
At least I know. At least with JJ, when the fourth quarter comes on.
I'm sorry.
I know for a fact.
JJ McCarthy was the third worst quarterback.
At least with JJ, when the fourth quarter comes on, I know for a fact that kid has a chance to go out there and fucking bring me back and win it.
You know for a fact.
I will gladly take that. I will gladly take that.
Thank you, Leafs.
I will gladly take that.
Because I agree with Leafs.
He needs some more time on the grill. Put him back on the grill. Go get me a veteran. I'm not going to keep losing. I have a defense that's ready to win now.
Please prove my point.
If the Raiders had J.J. McCarthy, they would not have the number 1 pick.
Thank you.
Because they would win one more game.
Doesn't matter.
And what? They wouldn't have the number 1 pick.
They would
win
because
one more
because they
game.
would have a better quarterback. They would still be that much better. If JJ was on the Jets probably would have actually been pretty decent.
Jesus Christ. What was JJ's numbers last year? What was JJ's? Let's hear these monstrous stats.
Hold on.
The Jets would have 5 more fucking wins.
I'm about
to say
4 wins because
stop.
McCarthy.
Hold on. I'm about to say something about the Chiefs. I can't believe I'm bringing up the Chiefs in this discussion because Taco. Yes, I'm a Chiefs
You're like
fan.
Chris Collinsworth.
No, but you're the one that sits there and has said in time before, Mahomes this, Mahomes that. But you've also said it's not just the numbers, it's his leadership and it's the other stuff he does for the team. Then you have to give JJ the same benefit of the doubt. It's not just the numbers.
His leadership, the rookie.
You have said that.
Leadership?
I'm saying it's not just the pure numbers.
Okay, so
like Robbie said, 2 fourth quarter comebacks is something that's not pure numbers. That is something.
And that's something that is not taught. That is something.
What was his numbers from last year?
That's something you either have that in you or you don't have
anything I'm saying. So I'm just going to.
I am. I'm just asking for.
Then stop talking about his numbers.
If you're going to try, okay, hold on. Because here's what Blank says: if you're going to try and put him against quarterbacks that played double-digit games,
that's not what I'm asking. I'm just asking his 2025 stat line.
It's nothing to write home about. But he does manage the game.
What was his completion percentage?
It's not great. It's not great at all.
Was it above 60?
No, right.
Not many are. Not many are. It's very hard. Do you know what it takes to fucking play NFL? Like quarterback, like to play quarterback in the NFL, bro?
Hold on.
Yeah,
it's easy. Hold on, it's easy, bro. I have trading cards for days. I look at stats. It's easy to look at stats and be like, wow. Do you know how many players that have great stats that aren't good players?
I am not.
You ever heard of fucking one-hit wonders?
Listen, I know the Kevin Love theory. Okay, Kevin Love in Minnesota would put up the most empty stats because he looked like a beast on paper. But in reality, the Timberwolves lost every single night. So listen, I understand that theory. Okay.
Because that's what you're arguing.
No, I'm just asking what his completion percentage was.
Let's get into halftime. We have to go around the coaching carousel on the second half of the show. We're going to get into the Super Bowl, and we have UFC weekend. Cheers to me.
Tyler
cheers to you,
Schultz,
Rumboyz and girls.
67% completion percentage.
Who?
Tyler Shug is a good quarterback now. He's
Tyler Shug is actually.
He has proved this point. He going into last year, Saints were going to try to need a quarterback in 26. They have their starting quarterback of the future, dude.
I scooped up Shuck in Dynasty as a backup.
So have I.
Aaron
Cheers
Rodgers,
to me. Cheers to you.
Completion.
You tried to compare him to.
No, I'm just saying completion numbers.
Now we're just throwing out numbers. We're not even grading people on the same scale.
Jackson Dart, 63.7.
I don't even think you have a scale. I don't even think you have a scale at this point. Cheers to me. Cheers to you, all the Rumboyz and girls. What it do? Dilly dilly. We will see you in a few after halftime.
Yo, tune into the Rumboyz, where the fantasy kings reside. Rumboyz Robbie dropping jams, got the league on our side. From the waiver wire to the trade block, we scheming like pros. Building squads to smash the books, watch the haters hit the road. Profit popping off, we cashing on the underdogs. Bark, Vegas lines getting crushed, leave us in city in the dark. Over on the yards, other on the picks, we calling it precise. Rumboyz Network got the sauce, turning dubs into a vice. Rumboyz, hype train rolling through the grid all night. Setting lineups that ignite, winning league, it's feeling right. Beating Vegas every Sunday, stacking chips like it's our throne. Dilly dilly to the dollars, paw it up, we on the zone. Rumboyz, fancy fire. Rumboyz, bets on fire. From the pod to the payout, we the squad that takes it higher. Dilly dilly. Scrolling through the Discord, vibes, raw like a rookie can't rush. Rumboyz crew dissecting matchups, no fluff, just a hush. Receivers torching corners, we said it first, now the check's clear. Running it back for the boom, while the books drowning beer. League champs crown themselves with our weekly hot takes. Sleepers waking up, Giants bust getting the breaks. From zero to hero, your roster's reborn in the booth. Rumboyz Fantasy Network, spitting truth, chasing loot. Hey, hit play on the pile, let the energy surge. We the pulse of the playoffs, making grown men converge. Prop on the anytime TD, we nail it, no sweat. Vegas sweating bullets while we feast on the bed. Rumboyz, Rumboyz, hype train rolling through the grid all night. Setting lineup, static night, winning leagues, feeling right. Beating Vegas every Sunday, stacking chips like it's our throne. Dilly dilly to the doubters, pour it up, we on the zone. Rumboyz, Rumboyz, fancy fire. Rumboyz, Rumboyz, bets on fire. From the pod to the payout, we the squad that takes it higher. Dilly dilly. So raise your glass to the Rumboyz, we're always in the game. Winning props, crushing lines, putting leagues to shame. Subscribe, smash that like join the fam today. Rumboyz forever, now go winning dilly dilly all the way. Rumboyz.
What is good, ladies and gentlemen? It is your boy El Capitan Robbie J of the Rumboyz Fantasy Sports Network here at the NFL Players Association 2019 Rookie Premiere with Nate Bosa, with my co-host Ty Boogie, all the Rumboyz and girls out there tuning in. We are sitting down with the number one draft pick, the one and only Kyler Murray, Dwayne Haskins, Hollywood, with Drew Lock, no other than Andy Isabella, Miles Boykin. We are sitting with Benny Snell Jr., Easton Stick, Bryce Love, UGA's own the big dog of the Bulldogs, Riley Ridley.
How you doing?
It's Friday. We all got jobs. We got an interview to do. National championship winner, NFL draftee, TJ Hawkinson, Iowa Hawkeyes. What is good, brother?
Hey, it's good to be here.
Hey, welcome. ACCR, right?
Oh, you already know.
Hail to the Redskins.
I gotta ask, you're gonna play the Browns? Like, are you gonna just burn them again? What you think you do? I mean,
I think the media put us against each other. I like them so.
You're friends.
we were in a hot tub time machine, bro.
Yeah, he's cool. He plays video games just like me. That's what we really do.
For me, be able to break the all-time Russian leader in 3 years, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to the UK O-line, man. Y'all did that.
When you wake up in the morning, you don't want to have to feel like you're doing work.
Exactly.
You want to feel blessed and excited to do what you're doing day in and day out, and I can truly say that.
As always, ladies and gentlemen, cheers to me, cheers to you, all the Rumboyz and girls. What it do? Dilly dilly. That was live, man.
Change his arm angle, change the boss to the ball, drop it in.
All righty.
A little touch on the end of the pass, zip it in there.
Somebody has a mic hot.
That's what I always think of it.
There we go. All righty. Let's go ahead. Let's get in to the second half of the show. As always, cheers to me, cheers to you, all the Rumboyz and girls. What it do, dilly dilly. Let's go ahead and react to the coaching carousel. This year has been interesting. Everything from a Yinzer getting his just dues, continuing to be a Yinzer, and Mike McCarthy sticking with those Pittsburgh Steelers. We have everything from Robert Salah and his newest family photo looking like the Phillip Rivers version of NFL coaches with his very, very huge and very beautiful family. That is a lot of kids. I didn't even take time to count how many. I was like, that's just a lot. Like, I just looked and I was like, that's a lot. in 2026 in this economy. That's a lot.
Well,
huh?
Not
I
in
said he balling.
Not
He
in
balling.
Tennessee. There's no state tax, so that's why he went there.
All the kids you want, open a commune and put them all to work.
Well, I really want to make another comment, but this is not CNN.
Oh my gosh. Let's go ahead and take a look at the field coaching, the once former vacancies. Only 2 teams remain vacant, and that is the Cardinals and the Raiders. Lord knows what the fuck those 2 are doing. But the Giants have Harbaugh, the Titans have Salah, Falcons have Stefanski, Jeff Haley goes, Halfley, not Haley, wow, goes to the Dolphins, Minter to the to the Ravens. Wow, holy shit. McCarthy to the Steelers, Joe Brady to the just a lateral move with Buffalo, Monken, who we discussed earlier, and then the vacant positions. Mike, take us away.
All right. So I'm just going to say real quick about the Buffalo one, because I told you in a text about it. I don't care what people say. I don't care if he says it's not true. This is freaking the Pagula family and Bean walking up to freaking Mr. Josh Allen and saying, who the hell do you want as your head coach? Josh Allen said, I want one of 2 people. I want Brian Dable or I want Joe Brady. Brian Dable didn't work out, so guess who they got? They got Joe Brady. That's all I'm going to say about that job. I do think, I know we talked about it last week, but right before they hired him. I don't think they made the right move with McCarthy, but that's just me. We already talked about Monken. I don't know why I'm blanking on a couple of the other jobs. Salah, I think, is a good one. I do think that them getting Dable as their OC has to do with, what he did with Dart, what he did with Josh. If Dable can get Cam to improve, I think it's a success getting Dable. I'm going to talk about the negative, and then I'll let Taco go. Yes, Green Bay is a decent organization. But what the living heck did Jeff Halfley do? In my opinion, I don't think he deserves a head coaching job. You have Sean Mannion, their quarterbacks coach, going to Philly to be the OC there because no one wanted to take the OC job. I think that is a bigger question that we need to talk about. I don't think that Dolphins made the right move. Yes, I think they made a right move in their OC, but as an overall head coaching gig, I think Halfley was the worst hire so far in this thing. I
agree.
I don't think it was a good move. I think it's also kind of like the Cowboys in the sense where Cowboys have that shine because of the star. Green Bay has that shine because of the luster of Green Bay, and you still get that little bit of a bump just because you came from Green Bay no matter what.
Yep.
I think Halfley was by far the worst hire. And Sean Mannion going to Philly with that bump to be their OC. Not saying that Mannion didn't deserve it. I mean, he's 33.
Matt Canada.
I mean, it just doesn't make sense to me. Go, Taco.
Yep, Taco. I don't know how you're muted.
Talking about the Titans with Dable, right?
Well,
all head coaching, if you were listening. I haven't talked about Dable for the last 3 minutes.
The whole graphic up.
Let's see, but
had it up. You weren't paying attention.
I think that the head coaching thing was a real interesting carousel. I think people are crashing out for Clint Kubiak, who I definitely think has an interesting opportunity to take either one of those jobs. I think both teams have already made it clear that he's their number one candidate. And to me, it's interesting that Ron Rivera would get so much time with the Cardinals as a like kind of float. Like I find that to be like really interesting. But overall, I actually like the McCarthy and Steelers fit. I just have a feeling that McCarthy's like a much better coach than people are really giving him credit for. And I think with that Steelers team, they're gonna have to figure out quarterback. That's gonna be what everything hinges on. But I think they'll be able to figure it out. Like I think that's a place people would want to go, just because they do have the defense ready to rock.
Can I ask you an honest question about McCarthy? I understand
Let's go.
I understand there is a wild card. There was a wild card in his past. I get that. And you'll know what wild card I'm talking about in a sec. Because Robbie already knows where I'm going with this. But you're saying he's a good coach. With McCarthy, the talent with the talent he had in Dallas, if he was a really good coach, he would have done a lot more, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
He would have done a lot more.
There are times where people underachieve. I agree. But when you have time off and you get to come back, you can be better for it. So while I understand what you're saying, overall his record is fantastic. He's won a Super Bowl. He's won divisions. He's delivered on big stages. And I think that, for a program like that, what?
You're the one just 5 minutes ago arguing about quarterbacks having to perform. So are you saying that he won it, not Aaron Rodgers? So are you saying he won it, not Aaron Rodgers?
This motherfucker's
throw it in your face, buddy.
You know what? Right. He made Aaron Rodgers.
I wish I had control right now. Oh my god. You just said why? Because he sat for 5 years?
I'm not high enough for this.
God damn it. Jesus.
Oh, you wanted to go there, Mike. You wanted to go there.
Hang on, hear me out. I get that we're not fucking like we're probably the last standing sports show that's not fucking state sponsored propaganda, but what the fuck? I'm all for freedom of speech. Wow.
McCarthy, baby. They're gonna be in the playoffs next year.
Like, the whole pirate theme like that we have going on. You walk the plank willingly by yourself. Like you did that. You just right into the water.
So can I ask you a question then? You thought Jordan Love was really good, right? This past couple of years?
I thought Jordan Love would play better than he did.
Okay, never mind then.
Yeah, I was about to say.
He's a bit of a disappointment to me this last year.
So I won't use the word disappointment, but I'll use the word mid as fuck.
So did Sean Mannion deserve?
To me, he's a disappointment because I had he would have MVP expectation. How Mannion got that job is a bit weird to me.
Well, I know how he got the job, but
we all must be doing something.
No, it's because they offered it to McDaniel. He turned it down. They offered it to like 2 or 3 guys, and they all turned it down. Even Bob Cooter turned it down.
But okay, so that's the thing. Doesn't he have an OC job with the Colts? So he's gonna leave the Colts to go somewhere. Like how do you, as the Colts, allow that? Like that's just weird.
Hey,
right?
Really quick. Hey, I'll never forget.
Jim Bob Cooter decent? Isn't he like a decent?
He's a football mind. He's a football mind.
Because I heard he's a top name for the Giants OC.
There's
Todd Monk and go fuck yourselves. I love that video of him and Shador. We wanted to draft you, man. I'm glad I get to coach you, brother.
So let me just really quick run through my thoughts.
PROC.
Yeah, because I have one more question about an assistant coach after you go.
It might fit into this.
Okay.
Go ahead.
No, go.
Just purely like for me, looking through the lens of head coaches, We've covered Harbaugh at nausea. Harbaugh, welcome to the Epstein Island Giants. I think that Harbaugh can do something with the pieces that he's going to be given with Jackson, Neighbors, Scat Pack in the backfield. It's just a matter of if that team is going to be healthy. The one that really makes me the fucking happiest is Tennessee with like Salah and Dable, but like
Cam Ward.
It's going to be my favorite reality show, though, also at the same time, simultaneously, just because it's like you have two very strong-minded, fucking like meathead type of like football guy, like grinded out like mentality type of like guys. And this could like make for a recipe for success, but I could also see like lots of like infighting. I'm excited just for like how that unfold between those two. I think there's going to be so much drama. Huh?
This is a Hard Knocks team right here.
Yeah, I think yeah. I mean, they won't do it, but yeah, like I think that these two are just going to fucking like two rams on the side of a mountain, just all fucking day. And I'm here for it. I'm here for it. That locker room is going to be filled with so much goddamn Toadorol and testosterone.
I'll say this: I like that Salah is going to call plays, and I like that
they're going to fight.
I think that they can really complement each other really well, though.
Like, I think they're going to fight, and then it's going to work. I think they're going to fight, and then it's going to work out.
I think they can really work well together, though.
I think they're going to have to storm first. They're going to have to get through that first.
I'll be honest, man. This shit could be like some Remember the Titan shit, bro.
I see it exactly like that. I see
like,
yes.
Because Salah's defense is no joke. And if he's like, yo, fuck this shit, bro, I'm going to still rock in this. Now I have another head coach type that can sit there and run the offense like a head coach. You know what I mean? We could be cooking, bro.
Stefanski to Atlanta. I absolutely you love it.
Yeah.
The only thing I love about it is that he'll have Cousins. That's the only thing that I love.
Well, I think Cousins is.
Do you know who he hired? Do you know who he hired as his offensive line coach?
Who?
When you have a running like John Robinson, you combine that with Bill Callahan.
It's a solid pairing.
That's all I'm saying.
I mean, yeah, and to Taco, to your point, probably won't be. I mean, maybe Stefanski can convince Cousins to stay, but I don't think that Penix survives that offense. With Stefanski as head coach, it's just I don't know.
I shouldn't say love it, but I do like it.
I
don't like the fact that they hired I do not like the fact that they hired the coach before Matt Ryan hired the GM.
Yeah.
But that proves to me that the GM is more operational and Matt's going to be running the roster.
Yeah, Halfley seems very much like a bridge situation. It seems like a short leash. We're probably going to fire you. It is, type of situation. Minter, Baltimore gets who they want. Gets probably the one of the hottest defensive minds off the circuit, so they're good to go there. Mike McCarthy, a Yinzer staying becoming a hometown guy. Going to his hometown team, I actually kind of like just like the storyline behind that. How the fuck Mike McCarthy goes from Green Bay, Dallas, and then Pittsburgh. How you get the most sought after and desirable positions in football and have the record that you do as a coach is fucking insane.
Good record.
It's
a 600 winning percentage, right?
It's like
600. 600 winning percentage. Yeah, 600.
What I worry about with McCarthy is the classic can't teach an old dog new tricks.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I worry about that. But I also feel like Mike said something very Mike McCarthy, sorry, Mike, said something very interesting today. And Taco, you kind of brought it up about like having the time away from the game and like what that does. He said that the time that he had away allowed him to be a better father and, kind of, just like take more time. And I think that when you have that and when you have the background that he does and you can come back to the game a little bit more clear-headed, when you can kind of for to be a football mind in his position and kind of, sit back and shoot the shit on a weekly basis, with the guys kind of like he was doing breaking down games, da 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 da. I think that it can bring something to rejuvenate things. Luckily, it's Pittsburgh and he'll have time to be able to do some things. This is the time where we get to figure out, Will Howard, what you can do.
Well,
Hopefully,
this is I need you to immediately keep this thing running into the playoffs and keep us competitive. Or not only is McCarthy gone, but this is a whole then tear down, build back. JJ gets traded.
Pittsburgh's gonna take their time.
If McCarthy doesn't work, Watt gets traded. You know what I mean? I don't see him surviving another coach. It wouldn't make sense because then you're going into full build down.
I think that Pittsburgh has accepted. I mean, aside from the fans,
and
I think that the organization has accepted that this is going to be completely different than what they were accustomed to. You're not going to go 500 or like, that's not going to happen. Like Tomlin had a system. He had the NFL figured out in such a way to where he could do that. McCarthy is a
fans didn't think
coach. There are going to be winning seasons. There are going to be losing seasons. It is going to be a fucking roller coaster with McCarthy. That's what McCarthy does. That's what most coaches tend to do.
Can I chime in real quick?
I
want to chime in real quick about Atlanta, and then I'm going to go back to Pittsburgh because I just thought of something about Pittsburgh was something that he just said. But one thing I want to throw in about Atlanta really, really, really quick is how I know you're not sold on Stefanski, right? But one of the reasons I think it could work, Robbie, is I also think Stefanski needed to get away from Haslam too.
Everyone that gets.
So I think that could be
everyone that gets away from the Browns.
So Taco just said while you were giving your part of your take about Pittsburgh, Taco came out and said, "Who the hell are they going to get at quarterback?" As soon as he said that, something popped in my brain, and Robbie is going to jump out of his seat when I say it. What is something that Bill Belichick did great with quarterbacks and his OCs in New England? He groomed a quarterback and then flipped him.
Yep.
Wasn't Joe Milton with McCarthy in Dallas for a year?
Yeah.
What if they traded with Dallas?
And got
Milton.
That'd be sick.
Just saying. DK Metcalf on a deep ball from Joe Milton.
From fucking Milton. And and if you're DK, you know that it's going to be there.
You know it's going to be there.
You know that it's just going to be on.
Although, I do got to say this.
That ball's going to be there for you.
Should be on the hot seat. Yes. Because I don't think he's delivered the talent necessary. And so, I'll be honest. How did the Steelers not take Shador in that last draft in the 4th or 5th round?
How did a lot of teams not?
That's sad.
But the Steelers in particular, because they're desperate for a quarterback. And even if you would have just had him there to develop a little bit, even if he's just serviceable, because you'd have him on that contract,
I get that, but you could have said the same thing about the Saints at the time. You could have said
not
the same
Saints
thing
because they were tanking for this year to get a pick.
But you could have said the same thing about the Raiders.
The Raiders, but they were tanking for the pick. The Steelers weren't taking.
Really quick, just to keep us on track. With Joe Brady, I just feel like it's a lateral move, but it's all Josh Allen. Just kind of Josh Allen. Hope you have a great recovery. No better time to be a dad right now, right? You just get to sit back, hold a baby, and just recover your ankle. It's pretty fucking awesome. I went in on Todd Monken enough. I do believe that there's this weird paradox to where either or can happen. Cardinals and Raiders, you are so far behind the 8 ball right now.
I don't think you are with the Raiders.
Nope, I agree.
The Raiders are waiting for someone from Seattle, and they can't interview him.
Yep.
The Cardinals, I think, are behind the 8 ball. I don't think the Raiders are. Am I saying the Raiders are a good – do I think it's the right pick for Raiders? Not sure. But in the hiring process, they're not behind the 8 ball.
To me, I think it's the perfect hire for them because you're going for the combo.
Robbie, you're on mute if you didn't know.
With a QB to start, and he's one of the biggest minds right now in the game, right? Because
I will say that
play with
if the Raiders land
Vikings.
Kubiak, if the Raiders land Kubiak,
he was with the Vikings the year before, right? With Sam Darnold.
Yeah.
So and then the Niners the year before. All right, so I have a question.
Like, okay, how the fuck does that happen? If I have you under contract and you have a job with me at the Vikings, now all of a sudden you're gonna jump to Seattle for the same fucking job?
He wasn't DOC. He wasn't DOC because he wasn't calling plays, so he was able to jump.
Yep.
I have a question, and you're in Colorado, so this question.
I'm not saying I think that it's college. It's just that from an NFL standpoint, you want that person in the building. Like, this is what made the Bears so good. They got ahead of it. Like, get ahead of it.
At the end of the day,
you listen to any football podcast around like Coaching Carousel time. You listen like they'll always say, get that person in the room quicker. Get that person in the room quicker than sooner rather than later.
Getting the wrong person in the room quicker doesn't help you.
But if it's a Super Bowl guy, I understand waiting.
Exactly. Now it's very different. Yeah, if the Raiders for sure are landing Kubiak,
that's
solid.
If they don't get him, then they're screwed.
Yeah, if they don't get him, it's fucked. It's fucked.
But what job would Kubiak take? Would he be like, I'm going to stay with Seattle? Like, really?
Yeah, I'm just saying if the negotiations don't work out is all I'm saying.
I know what you're saying, but like, it's not like there's a lot of jobs out there.
No, I think he would stay. I think he would stay if he didn't take it. If he doesn't take
it, the perfect storm for the Raiders because you offer him cap space, you offer him a brand new, young, shiny quarterback.
Just let him take control and just let him take control.
Yeah,
you just let him take control.
Yeah,
it's one of those. It's one of those. I just won a Super Bowl. You didn't. I was just in a Super Bowl. Yeah. You weren't.
So I got a quick question for you, Robbie, since you are in Colorado. And I understand he's not calling the plays because somebody else is. AFC Championship game.
Leafs just be freaking out.
AFC Championship game had who in it?
Truth.
Broncos and Patriots.
Why in the hell are the Broncos firing their OC?
Well, because let's face facts. That defense carried them. That defense
but Peyton's running. What I'm saying is Peyton's the play caller, not the OC.
Not the OC.
Yeah. Maybe the guy wasn't doing what he wanted him to do.
Look,
maybe they butted heads.
That's one of those. That's
Joe Lombardi did not deserve that.
That's one of those. You just let it happen. Lombardi's going to land.
He's going to get a job.
Yeah, he's going to get a job.
That was like McDermott getting fired because Josh Allen was crying.
McDermott got fired for a lot of different reasons. That's a loaded fucking conversation.
Remember, I called it, Taco. Remember, I called it.
But no, again, Raiders get Kubiak. It's great. I think that they will.
Yep.
They don't. They're fucked. And you know what?
Tom Brady's not going to not deliver.
And you know what? Even when they do get Kubiak, it's gonna be a long fucking road now out there in the West. It's gonna be a long fucking road.
They'll be better than the Commanders in 2 years.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bro.
You'll have Genty. You'll have a brand new quarterback.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Yeah. And you got all that money to spend. We got money to blow.
You're right. right. We do have a lot of money to spend.
Yeah. And you got Tom Brady back there.
Really quick, Super Bowl is next week. We do know that neither teams are practicing at the 49ers practice facility due to an electromagnetic facility that is next door, which means that everyone should hopefully be fairly healthy. He said, so I can't be, you can be a fan. You can be a fan all you want. Be a fan all you want. But I want to take a look into just the value, purely just props. I don't want to get too into like the actual over under or odds. I'll just give a quick brief on where that is at. The line has not moved from 4.5. I think that is very interesting. 45.5 is the over under. New England has now became 190 dogs. So that has kind of been bedded down a little bit. I do expect the money line to begin to shift as we get into next week. But I want to get you your damn, that hurt. Not hurt, but just wow. I want to get you guys' thoughts on as we look through the props, as this is the one last game. When we look at things like, the receiving, the rushing, what do we think that this game is going to give us? Is this going to be a heavily pass game? Is this going to be a heavily rushing game? Who are the stars that are going to pop off? We know that weird things happen. Don't give any picks. The Raiders suck.
Go ahead, Taco.
Well,
it leaves. I got Leafs so riled up.
Everything would write itself so beautifully for Sam Darnold to win Super Bowl MVP. Like, this would be versus the Patriots as we watch the Vikings and Jets crumble. What?
He's a plus 120, so he's the favorite.
I won't say, like, that's still good money. So what is that? If I put 10 on that, I'm winning like 20, 21?
Yes, give or take. I mean, there's boost and stuff, but yeah.
That to me is a vibe. I really like, especially in that last game, like, I was worried about this guy showing up. He had these rib oblique. I thought they were trying to protect him. I thought, what is he seeing ghosts again? And instead, he's channeling his powers and he's performing at a level that we have yet to experience from this Sam Darnold. And I just want to tell the Jet fans, like, traded that guy. like I want to go to the group chat and fucking have fun. So Sam Darnold winning MVP, just like, it just all lines up. Like the headlines in New York. Oh my god, bro! And Salah wanted to trade down so he can get JSN.
Is it really? But is it really
in New York? Oh my god. Living in the past like that? Oh my god, that's gonna be amazing.
It took
the radio
7 seasons to develop.
Oh. What happened?
It took.
I'm not gonna say no, but he was starting to develop a little bit with Salah, and if you basically just give him the reps there and you have him with the solid infrastructure at the end. His last year with the Jets, he wasn't that terrible.
Yeah.
He was all right.
Yeah, but he was like you said, he was starting to progress. Was he what he is now? No. I think what made Sam Darnold elevate was the time that he spent with the 49ers. And then he moved to the Vikings and then he went to Seattle. So I do think that was kind of his rebirth. But
Muriari's mom is hella Nigerian. Yo, that's probably why Muriari is so disciplined on that on that defensive side, honestly.
I don't know, man. That sounds
Hey,
like
hold on. Before we go any further, Wikipedia says that Darnold left after 2020 and Saleh started in 21.
21.
So they didn't
Saleh
even
had Zach
meet up.
Wilson. He had Bill.
So they didn't even meet up.
Well, that was what the thing was. He wanted to keep Darnold.
You just said that he did well his last year under Saleh.
You're right. I made that mistake. He wanted to keep Darnold, but Darnold's last year with the Jets was good. I misspoke.
This whole episode, you need to go to sleep.
But the point that I made is the same point. Saleh wanted to keep him. Saleh starts the job and he wants to keep Darnold. Darnold's last year with the Jets was good.
Mike, your turn.
Can you please tell me what I'm supposed to say? Because I lost count after this guy again.
Let's go in, from like more of like a prop standpoint, just like kind of like value shop. Like, how do we think that this game is going to kind of, unravel as we kind of get into next week? What are we looking at early on?
I'll lean it this way with no picks given. First round of the playoffs, Patriots defense wonders. Offense kind of shaky. Second round of the playoffs, same thing against Houston. To none of their fault last week because of the goddamn weather being the way it was in your neck of the woods, senor. It went into a shit show. But no one is saying that overall that New England's offense is a top 5 offense in the league. That's not what anyone is saying. But their defense is top notch. Seattle has both. Yes, both teams, in my opinion, can win this. But because of the fact that they both have defenses, I'm taking the under in the sense of, I don't know the number. I don't even know the number, but I'm just saying, I think it's going to be a lower scoring game. I think you could have
45 and a half.
Some of the prop stuff, I haven't even really looked at props, but in the general sense of, I think you could have running. I think you could get some of the carry stuff. You're going to be able to maybe get. I still feel that Taco might think I'm crazy on this because I've been saying. Well, actually, no, because I've been right all playoffs. It's a different defense, but you got Dexter Lawrence. You got the Seattle. I will still take Drake May's rushing total. Give it to me. I'm still taking it.
When that shit hit, I was sitting there laughing.
Because it hit early.
Yeah.
Drake May averages
the week before. That shit hit early, too.
Drake May averages 29.6 rushing yards per game. They are setting his line anywhere between 38 to 40 yards, depending on about where you're looking.
Yeah.
Plus 102 on 40 yards, minus 114. When I look at this game, and I actually have like a little series, like I kind of just like brainstorm in my head that I'm probably going to release throughout the week. When I look at this game and when I diagnose this game, I really love the fact that you brought up the under this early in the week, Mike. Right now it's sitting at 45 and a half. With this being the last NFL game, this is something that I don't mind if throughout the week you're going through, you're checking and you're placing, like little singles here and there, little parlays here and there. 1-800-GAMBLER if you have a problem.
Listen to that, Taco.
I think that this is the way that this game breaks up. Just when I kind of look at the math behind it, I think this sets up really well for very favorable, obviously, for unit size singles, but then also 3-leg parlays, and then that's where like you're setting it. That's like you're not going anything higher than 3-leg parlays if you're going to be building parlays. So that's just like the first like game theory that like kind of like just like the strategy that I want to lay out. I want you guys to look for anomalies, knowing that the over under is kind of sitting at 45.5. Usually when I'm given data like that and I'm just keying in and I'm looking purely at one game, the over under is kind of where I like to gauge things, and then I like to work from things inside out from there. I don't really like to even get into who I'm going to think is going to win the game until I've gotten into how I think that things internally, the game within the game shakes out. I'm really looking at how Vegas is laying out the receiving props. Just first off, and even just with like the passing props as well. Those things kind of usually go hand in hand. You may think, oh, they have both Drake May and Sam Darnold listed at 230, minus 109 for Sam Darnold, plus 105, for Drake May. Well, Mike just kind of talked about, taking Drake May's rushing, but then coupling that with the fact that, there's going to be an under point total. Well, if those two things were to be synonymous and Drake May is probably going to be running a little bit more, maybe he's not going to hit that 230 passing total, So those are kind of things that weird anomalies that I'd be looking for. You're putting both quarterbacks at 230 Vegas. You're really just going to give you a pick 'em between them two. You're not going to you're not going to, you know what I mean?
Well, I think I get your point, but I think they're doing that for a reason. They're letting the public determine which one goes up and which one goes down.
It gets even better. Gets even better. Okay. When we look at the receiving yards and how the receiving yards are laid out, I kind of like to look at this in almost in a chart fashion. You're seeing a lot of, your wide receiver 2s, your wide receiver 3s, even, your tight ends being placed around, a 20 to 30, any, type of range when it comes to the yardage, other than Hunter Henry at 40. Hunter Henry being at 40, it just seems like a lot. Like when I start looking at the range of outcomes mathematically with the rest of the pass catchers, and I think about ball distribution and things of that nature. So like maybe, when I look at Hunter Henry, he's averaging 42.5 per game. The ball needed to be goes somewhere. He hasn't been doing a whole lot of that lately. Maybe again, that's another one where I kind of key in on the under. It's one ball. This is the last game of the season. Maybe you lean a little bit more on a Kayshon Boutte. Maybe you lean a little bit more on a Stephon Diggs, But maybe what that leaning on Stephon Diggs looks like, comes in the form of 4 receptions for 45, and I can see something like that happening. So with this, you're going to feel like when you're placing your bets, I say all this to state, you're going to feel like, Jake Bobo for 1 yard at plus 133. Like that's fucking great. That's great value. You're going to feel like you are placing a lot more unders, it may seem. You're going to feel like you may be you want to look for anomaly situations. You want to kind of think outside of the box here when it comes to this, and not just be so quick to be like, JSN for 100 yards. It's the Super Bowl. JSN is probably going to be getting fucking blanketed. Like he's probably going to be getting fucking bracketed. Could he still pull off 100 yards in a Super Bowl? Like, yes, we've seen star receivers do it.
Like we always say, there's always going to be those guys that go off that you're not expecting, or the guys that get this or that. I mean, I brought it up last time as a joke, and I know Leafs is saying about Bobo and Chisholm, but one that I don't even know what the total is, or the line. But one that I would just throw out there because of what kind of a game this could be. Give me a George Holani touchdown.
Yeah, no, like I'm saying, yeah. Like look for weird shit. I mean, I don't know if I could see myself getting closer to game day. I could see myself on game day being like, boom,
Not Ariel Helwani.
No, there was a dude in the chat that because like we were making a joke about like the fucking Hawaii, Hawaii, the fucking cell service. And then there was this dude who's like, it's about Ariel Helwani. We're like, no, we're not.
No, we're not talking about Ariel Helwani.
But no, like kind of look for anomalies. Like Pop Douglas could very well like pop out and
Yeah,
show this
Pop.
game. You know, I could see Keyshawn Boudier probably having to be heavily leaned on in this game. You know, more to come throughout the week.
Give me KW props. He's gonna get
Kyle
K9.
Williams? Who? Kyle Williams?
Kenneth Walker.
I know, because he didn't say KW9.
Yeah.
Jesus, Mike.
Hey, this nickname is KW9, not KW.
What do
It's
you
actually
got
just
up there
K9.
today?
It's actually just
It's
K9.
but yeah.
But yeah, that's what I kind of wanted to throw out there on this episode. So that way, when I start posting some of these reels and these shorts throughout the week, you guys aren't like, that's fucking stupid. You know what? I don't see you out here giving anybody else any advice to try and, you know, hit some parlays, try and hit some picks, and try and get rich. So you know what? Suck my dick. That was lit. That was a bar. I didn't even mean for that to be a bar. Let's get into our last topic of the night, and that is UFC picks.
I'm ready for lines if you need them.
You're ready for lines. Let me just, you know, go ahead. And before we do that, here's the card.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I know that. See, I shout out to me doing the rum report and coming prepared because of the rum report. Like, in all honesty,
You didn't know the card?
Me, no.
I'm shocked.
oh, the card. Well, I mean,
You know,
the card
I
was
did
awesome.
watch the last. I caught the end of Sugar and I saw the main event. Jesus, bro, was that a beating? Was that a beating?
In which fight?
The main
Gaethje versus
The Gaethje
Patty.
and yeah. Dog, did you see that Patty still went out to the club?
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah.
I tell you, Gaethje looked like he was angry in there. He's like, "You fucking little bitch, go fuck
I don't.
you."
For
It was like a grown man
all
taking a
right,
kid's
all right.
lunch. Like, you may be technically savvy, but I'm just gonna beat the shit out of you.
Bro.
Like, I'm wearing the prison and you're my bitch. That's what it
No,
seemed like.
honestly, it felt like Gaethje was letting Patty hang around.
Yeah, he wanted just. Did you see his face afterwards? Oh my god, bro! He fucked him up. He didn't just beat him; he fucked him up. Well, that's why this guy fights with the BMF.
I am going to preference this. I'm going to preference this. I am putting these. This is not a parlay. I am not putting mine together as a parlay. I am playing this as singles. Okay. There'll be one fight that I leave off as a single. I should probably preference it as that. Like, I'm gonna build a parlay. Like there'll be a parlay. Everything will also in that parlay be bet as singles, but there's one fight specifically because my heart won't let me.
There's one, just like last week. There's one. Like last week, I have one. I don't know if you know which one it is, but there's one.
I think we might have the same one.
Okay, we'll see. There's one like last week that I have to.
It's the chat already exposed me.
Wait, hold on. Yeah. Don't say any more, please. Don't say any more. All right, hold on. Yeah. Let me get one, actually.
Oh my god.
Let me get one. Hold on.
What's hard is that this is a little bit of like a fucking fan card. Like it is a fan card.
Okay. You want me to start with the main?
Go
card?
ahead. Or I mean just whatever you have. Yeah.
Okay, can we talk about today first?
What happened today?
Homeboy wins on Dana White series or whatever, then goes to weigh in today. He's supposed to weigh 125, and he had to like pull down. He had to get all the weight off. So they put the the curtain around him so he can weigh in.
Oh, and he fell and he's walking off stage.
No, that was last week.
Oh.
He weighed 122, and then one of the guys on the side was like, "Hey, something's funky." He leaned onto the railing of the curtain and had his elbows on the curtain, and when they took it away, he weighed 129. He was cheating. They took him off the card and canceled the fight.
Bro,
And it was
Aaron Tal?
And it was going to be his first ever UFC fight, like in the main thing. So he was the first card of the entire night. Aaron Tal, he's probably Dunsky.
Bro, I mean, I guess if you're not trying to cheat, you're not trying to win. What the fuck?
Dude, like, come on.
That's so bad.
Like, you
This
don't
is not
do
the way.
that. All right.
Go ahead, Mike.
All right. So the first fight of the main card is Keelan Sokhalid versus Jamie Malarkey. Well, I'll just say this. I don't know much about these guys, but just with the numbers, one is a minus 1,000 on the money line, and the other is a plus 650.
Malarkey is nice.
Malarkey is
plus Malarkey is not Malarkey. He is nice.
No, Malarkey is plus 650.
But he is nice. I'm just saying he is nice.
I'm staying away from that one.
Stay away from. I'm just saying.
No. I'm skipping a fight for a second.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I
know what you're saying.
Homie is still skilled.
So there's a fight I'm skipping for a second.
But he is going to get washed.
Yep. Okay, so
before you move on.
What?
That is going to go under 1.5.
Yeah. Okay, so here's a fight that I am actually very interested in. No heart attached. Rafael Fiziev is plus 105. Mauricio Ruffy is minus 125. I'm taking Fiziev.
Okay, so we're the same on that one. Okay.
Actually, I might have two that are heart. Dan Hooker against Benoit Saint Denis. I can't believe that Hooker is plus 260 and Saint Denis is minus 360 or 325. That number doesn't make sense to me.
Oh, this guy is 16-3.
Who?
Saint Denis.
Well, Saint Denis, yeah, he's good, but Hooker's at home too. I mean, it's in Australia. So before we get to the main event, Robbie, I'm just going to say it. Last week, I could not bet against the Black Beast. I cannot bet against the Shoey King of the world.
I can't bet against
Shoey.
Which is why I said he won't be a part of the card, but I might build a card where he's still a part of the card. Okay. Like if you catch what I'm saying, like if you go.
He's a plus 260. I saw the weigh-in this today. He's a midget compared to the other guy. He almost had to put his hand all the way up to get to the dude's head. I don't care because he has one punch knockout power and he's at home and he's in Australia. He's going to be drinking shoey after shoey after shoey if he wins.
I'm going to keep it real. There is the shoey thing, obviously.
Yes, I know. He's tall as fuck.
But the content that I'm gonna get for the shoey it's gonna because I'm gonna do it from my house shoe, bro. These shoes I wear, like, bro. So like low key, like I for content purposes, not even just betting purposes. I just want it to happen. I don't know. We've seen smaller fighters get on the inside and just catch that chin the right way. Is it gonna happen? Maybe it probably might not. Could it happen? It probably. I mean, it is. All we need is a chance. All we need is a chance. We're not asking for much.
No.
We're just asking for a puncher's chance, and at plus 260 could be a nice little come up, especially if it's a fucking, if it's a single bet. All we need is just one good one. That's why it's getting in place as a single. I fucked up last week, and I thought I had Black Beast as a single, and I didn't. It was a part of a parlay, and it had fucked up like a whole parlay. Like clears, like singles were great. So not gonna do that. Mike, do you have any other picks, or is that it? Did you pick Volk versus Lopez?
There's just something telling me home field advantage. I love Diego, but I can't go against Volk.
It's not about taking fighters I know more about. I kind of want to do this shoey.
Of course you do.
He takes pride in doing shoeys for some weird ass reason. And I don't mean Chewy. I mean this guy.
Yeah, I want to do this. Like, I want to put myself through this punishment, but it can only happen one way.
Okay. I've hung out with Robbie in person. He is about self-infliction if he wants to admit it in all ways, shape, or form. He likes to put himself through shit like this.
I'm a masochist.
Tries to get me beat up by some guy at the freaking at the hotel.
Jesus.
Your fault. Keep your fucking hands up.
No, it's not that. It's the fact that it was you and 5 white guys, and you yell, "Hey, what's up, big pimpin'?"
Jesus.
And you were the last person he saw. He turned around and did a 360, a slow 360, and you were the last one he saw. He sees me, J-Bats, and 2 other white guys.
That shit was still this day is hilarious.
No, it's not.
Did you already pick Volk versus Lopez?
Volk.
Okay. All right. Let me run my picks. Under 1.5. Sakid versus Malarkey.
Yep.
Let that one get done real quick and easy. Nakamura on the prelims, plus 110. Let me get on the main. St. Dennis. Sorry, Mike. I'm picking against Hooker. I'm not going to be able to bet Tui.
I know.
And
Hooker's just
Like the UFC's not going to give me both of these. I know that Ruffy is good with range, but I'm taking the dog. Damn it, I'm taking the dog. I said Nakamura. I said under 1.5. I said Fiori. St. Dennis. Oh wait, I already said that. Tyavasa and Volk. All right. No boost. If I put all of them on a parlay together, I would hope that Fievi could back up Rafi. I would hope that he could. They're giving him a plus 105 fucking dog, bro. Like they're putting that basically as a fucking pick'em. They're putting that basically as a pick'em. Like they're putting it as a pick'em. It's one of those where it's like, yo, fuck it. Like you just 5 for 280. 20 wins 11-20. So I mean, hey, you got 5 on it. Anything else anybody wants to throw out before we get out of here?
No. I'll just say the last thing I will say before I get out of here is the last thing, and then I'll put myself on mute. No way in hell that Mike McCarthy made Aaron Rodgers.
That shit was hilarious. Taco, anything you have?
Nah, man, I'm ready for some UFC. It's nice to start actually being able to watch this shit on a regular basis again.
Paramount Plus has a good product.
I like it, although I hate Paramount Plus. Fuck you, Barry Weiss.
Yeah, fuck Barry Weiss. Fuck Barry Weiss.
Not like that. Not like that.
No islands or anything.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. But I mean, you know, hey. Other than that, I have nothing. Cheers to me. Cheers to you. All the Rumboyz and girls, what it do? Dilly dilly. We out of here. Hold up.